What's good, guys? This is Sweet or Delete, your favourite place to hear the hottest takes on Afrobeats. My name is Bambo, and as you can see, we're with a lot more people today. So just before we start getting into the album we're doing today, we're going to start with Chooks.
Yo, it's always great. I don't actually know much about music, but we're here.
Yo, it's always great. Locked in right now. Been a Burna fan, long time. I've got older sisters and they've just always used to play Afro beats and a lot of Burna whilst I was growing up. So naturally, he's transitioned into the type of music that I like listening to. I'm here right now.
Cool. Hi guys, my name is Ezra, ETP, back again, ready to dive into this new album. Hey guys, me again, Ezra, ETP. When I first started listening to Burna Boy, I think it was around like 2016, when he did the music video for Preemie. I think it was like Noisy. Then he did the documentary with Vice around the same time. And that was like kind of my introduction to Burna Boy and his sound.
Familiar face, my name is Debs, really ready to just get into it. It's Debs. I've been listening to Burna since his Freedom freestyle, so I think that's like 2010, 2011. I'm expecting a lot really, just because I feel like there's been quite a lot of press like for this album. I've seen him do a lot more talking than he would normally do. So I'm hoping, you know, that he can kind of just back it up on the album really. And it's Burna Boy, I expect a lot.
What's good guys, it's your boy Benny Easy, aka Benny Mannequin. I just did my full YouTube intro. I've actually reviewed Burna Boy's album for like the past 4 years, but yeah, happy to be here.
What's good guys, it's your boy Benny Easy, aka Benny Mannequin, coming to you live from the Sweet and Delete couch. When I started listening to Burna Boy, I probably like 2011, 2012, probably like when he had his first album. I got it from my brother. My brother used to be a DJ in London with like DJ Jam Jam, the guy with the tattoo on his face back then. So I just kind of took all those songs on my PSP and just ran with it. But yeah, I expected better, but I feel like at the end of the day, like he's got his Grammy. There's no much up he can get.
I'm Dan, aka Big Dan, and yeah, music head, so I'm glad to be here. Yo guys, I'm Dan, aka Big Dan. When I started listening to Burna, I'd say 2012. 2012 I started off by freestyle, I believe, and then when I went to Nigeria for holiday in December, that's when I really locked in and started hearing like songs like Tonight and stuff. So, yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't say I had much expectations for the album just because he recently dropped an album last year. So for me it was just kind of random, so I was just like, let's just see what it is. To be fair, I didn't think it was going to be that great just because it was coming out too soon. I always have a feeling when albums come out too soon after one, it's not going to be as good. So, yeah.
I'm Christopher. I'm just happy to be here and give my opinion.
I'm Christopher, of course. I started listening to Burna Boy. When did I start listening? 2018. I was actually put on. Yeah, prior to that, I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. But yeah.
I'm Kings, aka King Sounds, aka your girlfriend's favourite. If I'm lying and dying and I ain't dead yet, I'm just here to give my 2 cents.
King Sounds, aka your girlfriend's favourite. If I'm lying, I'm dying and I ain't dead yet. Been a Burna Boy fan since day zero. That's basically, let's say 2012, 2013, 2011, around them times. But yeah, that's when I've been locked in with Burna. I didn't really have high expectations, obviously. Yeah, just to be honest, it was a good collective of songs, but the expectation wasn't really hitting the mark for me. So I just took it as it came. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really high expectations.
When I'm Adele, you already know what it is.
Yeah, my name is Adele Morax. I started listening to Burna Boy 2011. I was on Burn Notice when he was still with his Afro. I thought it was just going to be one of those albums where it's like, yeah, just an add-on. I didn't think anything too big of it, just an add-on, just like, yeah.
So today, we are getting into Burna Boy's new album, I Told Them. So before we even get into the songs, has everyone seen the album cover? Everyone's seen it. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the album cover? What do you think it's giving?
It's not today that Burna Boy started stepping my house. I feel like no, deadass. Like I feel like the other album. What's the other one? That's the store. It's always been like him bigger than everyone else. So like I feel like just that's Burna Boy's MO. Like everyone is under him, sadly. But,
Personally, I think the album cover's I think it's a bit lazy for me, I'll be real. I told them, like, if you really want to tell them, I told them that it's not. I know, like, I get the whole magazine part of it, but I didn't really like the art cover of it too tough. I'm not really a fan of it.
You weren't a fan of the direction?
No.
Cool. But I think we're even going to get into talking about why it's a magazine. So I think that would make sense, and it'll probably just tie into everything as well. So
I think it could have been like a nice tour, like a tour poster, but for like the actual album cover, I don't really like it that much.
that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's got a bit more meaning to it than the people think. Like, it's like a newspaper, like a magazine. It's like, when I told you, he's like the harbinger of like the news. You see, like he's telling everybody, like he's an editor. You see.
Cool. So since we all know what the album cover looks like and we all have our opinions, we're gonna get straight into the tracks. And track 1 is "I Told Them" featuring Jizza.
I'm a genius. I had to show them what the meaning is. 100,000 hands where the ceiling is. I told them I'm the highest. With the drip, I'm the flyest. 100,000 hands where the sky is. Told them I'm a lazy. They told me I was crazy. Nothing ever changed. I told them I'm a giant. Real African giant. Self-confident, self-reliant. Told them I'm the master. They told me I wouldn't prosper. I told them so they be pasta. But then they joke you. Say me can't stop fuck you. Happy they want to see you. Me and they feel pain. But I move forward and I switch lanes. Because we don't go to be nicknamed. I told them. I told them they were gonna see this. For some reason they didn't believe it. So here we are. I told them from the start. Right from the very start. I told them. I told them they were gonna see this. For some reason they didn't believe it. So here we are.
Which one of you would be out? I want to join the test.
We shine light that travels in waves at an unbelievable distance and days. Radio, micro, infrared, and ultraviolet. Pictures so beautiful I had to film a pilot. Coined a new brand of philosophy that form images in your mind, quite different from photography. Anointed view, a point of view of the thinkers. No pitch, that's a glitch full of hook lines and sinkers. The way the wise look at life, the manner of the thoughtful. There's no benefit if it's not resourceful. Fortify the observers, they get something from it. It become routine. Been there, done it. I'm in a place where perception is developed. If you can't walk in these shoes, then your feet will swell up. A medium by which thoughts are made clear beneath the surface, but only heard in the air.
So what are your thoughts on "I Told Them"?
I think that's a very good song. Like, I actually, as an introduction, I think it's a very, very good song. There's something a bit Nollywoody about the beginning of the song, which I actually really like. I think it's interesting to hear who's the rapper on the
Jizza.
Yeah, like as he's rapping and giving punchlines, I think it's interesting that you can hear like punch like sounds in the background. I don't know whether like that was intentional. And if I'm honest, I don't really know what the Mortal Kombat Tekken thing is doing.
So yeah, that's their. So they're the Wu-Tang, innit? The hip hop from back in the day.
Sorry.
Hip hop.
Okay, see, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so
I didn't get it at first. I didn't get that.
I feel like with I Told Them, I feel like he's showing the blend of what this genre thing has no boundaries. So if he can come with the Afrofusion and he's now brought in this old hip hop thing and just try to merge it together, I think that I Told Them is kind of him showing like, yo, this thing doesn't really have like boundaries to this. I feel like that's kind of his statement with it. So I generally do like the song. I mean, the rapping at the end, obviously, if we're not really old school hip hop guys, we wouldn't really get it. And I hear it. Do you know what I mean? That's what they used to do. They used to put like Shaolin sword movie inside their song. So I get like the whole boundaries of it, but yeah, man, that's a top tier track.
I think, like, adding on to what you said, I think it just goes back to what Burna's influences are, because he's talked about how much Wu-Tang was like a big part of his childhood as well. So I think just having Jizza on the track as well was probably a big thing from him.
Did you see him
in
at
the
the
first
show?
place?
Did you see the video of him at the show? He was like topless in front of the Wu-Tang show in
He's always
London.
topless.
It's
I just said, what show are we talking about?
He was enjoying, like he knew it bar for bar. So like it's really, I think one thing about Burna Boy, like I think it's pretty cool for him. Like he had Naughty by Nature on Twice as Tall as well. So it's pretty sick. Like people that you listen to as a kid, you're like collaborating with them.
Yeah, literally. I feel like he's literally just living out his childhood dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he has this collab and
Yeah.
music.
Does it make the song better though?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, like
It doesn't make it
the Wu-Tang part is it's a bit dissonant.
Once it gets to that part, I'm changing the song.
Yeah, it's
But okay, but
like two
okay,
different songs.
but think about
You know
it.
what I'm saying, man?
Let's say I'm a rapper now, and I grew up listening to Tupac, and now my
Well,
God
make
album.
Tupac knit on the song.
But I mean, I feel like at the same time.
Make it proper, like, because that was at the end of the song. It's like he's featured on it. So when I was seeing the feature, I'm just thinking like,
Who's this guy?
It's a really
Yeah,
cool
you know what
part of
I'm
the
saying? It's like,
album,
what
but it
is
doesn't
this?
make sense.
But then again,
That was for him.
I think that he really
yeah,
just
it
wanted
was
It was a flex.
That's what Burna Boy is.
selfish.
That was for him.
No, but okay, but okay, cool. So what other artists do you think will do that?
No
If not
one,
Burna
no
Boy?
You know what?
But that's it is.
We're gonna pause. We're gonna put a pause on that for now. And I'm just gonna add that this was produced by Harper Gordon, Kofo, and Tells. And for the newbies here, if you like a song, you say sweet. If you don't like the song and you would never listen to it again, you say delete, right?
Right.
So sweet or delete, and I'm gonna start with you, Chuck.
I'm gonna sweet that one. I'm gonna sweet it. Do I need to explain why?
No, you don't have to.
Alright, yeah, sweet.
It's a sweet for me. It's a sweet for me. Yeah, I really like the beginning in particular. Really nice.
Because I wouldn't really listen to it, I'm gonna say
I'll say sweet minus Jizza.
He's on the song.
Is it Jizza? Is his name Jizza?
Jizza.
Yeah, I'll say sweet, man.
I'm saying sweet too. I liked it.
Yeah, sweet part A, delete part B.
Okay.
I'll say delete. Funny enough, I like the song, but I feel like it's for him. It's like it's literally what Nigerians would say is for his own pocket.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, that was it's not really mine. So.
Don't get down.
I say sweet.
Cool. So that was an overall sweet minus Dan. Sorry. So the next track is Normal. So, what is everyone's thoughts on Normal?
That's
Very
a,
poetic.
yeah,
That's a lit song. I love the beat.
it's like a feel good song, but like get lit at the same time.
So this was produced by Mag. I'm not familiar with him personally.
I like the beat.
But I like this track.
Yeah.
Those 808s, they just hit like
I feel like this is when it started for me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I feel like this is the start. Yeah, I feel like this is the start of the album for me.
Yeah.
Like literally,
But
this song is crazy. Yeah.
the intro is sick. Like
Even what he's saying in it, it's like yeah, sorry to sound like that, but the whole like once in a year trying to it sounds like as talking. I saw a video about it and I was like mind blown about it because it's like once in a year try to someone's girlfriend But it's like the audacity you have to have as a man to
I
be
feel
able
like-
to do that at
yeah.
any point in the year. I mean, so you have to have money, confidence, probably like a lit life as well.
I'm more like you're addressing the guys African giants. Like let's be real. If I was in his position, anyone you say girlfriend, wife.
Yeah, like you don't have to, but the fact that you know you can actually do it.
Of course,
It's
now.
like, yeah.
Might as well.
Of course, no.
I think just touching on what Deb said about that's when the album started. Obviously Afrobeats now is at a point where mostly what's spoken about is like money, thanking God, and just feeling good at the same time. And that's what Burna would do on a track anyway. And to put that after such a deep intro, that's like, cool, I'm here now, let's turn up, do you know what I mean? So I feel like that song as a second, you know, second in the album,
second track,
chess move.
Okay, sweet or delete?
Sweet.
Sweet. Everybody? Cool. So the next track is On Form.
Yeah, this is my case.
So On Form
That's a big shout.
was produced by P2J.
That's a big shout.
I'm not
P2J.
surprised.
P2J's insane.
I'm not
P2J.
surprised.
He's insane. He's
P2J.
insane.
I don't think he's real.
Like, I've never seen him, so.
I never like, bro, like, I don't think he's real. You know, like, there's producers you bump into or you hit. PGJ is a ghost, bro. It's
Even
like,
though it looks like
it's like
it,
a shadow. Man just comes and it's like, that's it.
I think that says a lot though, because we know like P2J's discography or the people he's worked with has been so wide, so, and he's been around for ages as well. So
my favorite song is On Form. I just loved his flow. I loved the beat. Literally, for me, that's just signature Burna. Like, you can't go wrong.
Ezra, any thoughts?
No, that's a banger. I think I talking about like I told him, he's like, this is like I'm on form, like you can't mess with me. Like he's basically just, this is like only Burna can make an album like, well, not only him, but he's just telling you like I'm that guy. He's basically saying I'm him, like you can't mess with me. But I'm actually, does anyone know the translation for what he's saying at the start?
Yeah, I was gonna say
the intro. What's the translation to Yoruba?
Wait, do you know where that's from?
Jasmine Olofin.
We need to put that in there.
Throw your hands in the air. Raise the
I was gonna ask, since I'm gonna ask actually you two, so Ayo and Debbie, because you guys watched the documentary.
Yeah.
Does that fit into the 5-beat pattern that you were talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. It hits. Absolutely.
Every time.
It hits. On Form, that's solid. That's a solid job, man. Like, I like the way it's just on form of it. He's just telling you that all these things, he's on it. So yeah, that's a good song.
I think that song is
man.
amazing. And I think what's crazy is that, like, obviously his interview came out beforehand where he was saying that, like, I didn't watch it, so I don't want to put words in his mouth, but apparently he was saying that Afrobeats is not that lyrical.
Yeah,
substance or something like that. And it's interesting because like then you have a song called like On Form on the album, and you kind of don't want him to be on form because he's saying a lot of nonsense outside, right? And then you listen to the song, and you can't. It's hard to hate. Like this guy is he's a genius. This is amazing. The song is amazing. I don't know about his interviews, but the song is amazing.
The thing is with that thing he said though, like he doesn't exclude himself. I feel like even some of his songs don't have
a lot of his songs.
Yeah, like and he knows that, but I think that's like just. Us Nigerians taking it outside.
No, but see, I kind of get where he's coming from because like, let's be real. Not every Afrobeat song has.
You can't say it as a genre.
Yeah,
no, but
not every song from any genre.
No, but I think
that's just music in general.
Okay, let's put it into context like this. All right, calm down. What's he saying? Yeah, you speak
you
like
need to
Fanta.
relax.
Oh, no. Yeah, you speak like Fanta. No, but let's be real. Okay, let's be real now. We put Burna Boy and calm down. Like, look at the lyrics. Look at like how the song is composed.
King! That's a different show.
No, but look.
That is a different show.
We're talking about vibes. We're talking about. Let's be real.
No, that song is a vibe. I'm not gonna
It's a vibe, but the sentence is calm down.
But there's substance.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be a lot, but there's substance.
Hey, that's what he's saying. He said like majority of the songs.
90%. He said 90%.
Exactly, and the 10 that remain, they get substance now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So some have substance, some don't. But Kings, that is a different show. The Shuffle.
Okay.
So sweet or delete, everyone?
Oh, sweet.
Sweet. Cool. So the next track was a single, Sit On Top of the World, featuring 21 Savage.
This is just commercial.
It's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get loud, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you're Baby, make me stop the world. Feel my passion. Feel what you ask for. So tell me if you want an action. Until the lights back on. I got the one we could last long. I never know my son. I like what I'm waiting for night long. I pull up in my high fashion. Every high fashion, make me wait. You can go ahead and just head out. I get up in my villa, take it down the whole night. Just get in the drop top, take the head out and cruise with your head outside. Go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get loud, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you're of the world. We do find these people who know what you've been through. You survive through the night, through the dark. As the time just only right that you do what you like. I can help you shit on anybody ever hated. Got you feeling like you made it. Everything advanced, nothing that I do is basic. Me and Rolls Royce on a first name basis. Liquor with no chases. Only give her honeys cause she hates seeing new faces. Know she wanna mind by the stones in her bracelet. Little money niggas see her out and they don't say shit. Oh God. She told me to pay it forward, now she backing it up. Used to date a ball player, but they wrapping it up. Got her in a penthouse and I'm smacking it up. They gon' point you to the top if you asking for us. Come on. Go ahead, it's your time.
So Sitting on Top of the World was produced by Screed. What did you guys think of? I actually want to start with 21 Savage bit. What did you guys think of his verse?
It was a good verse.
I can't lie. When I think of 21 Savage, I remember the XXL he did like 2016. And like, if you were to tell me in 2016, like he's gonna be on a Burna Boy collab, I would have believed it. I would have been thinking, how does that sound? But I think he did what he had to do. I think Burna was good to put him on this track. Like if we put him on on form, yeah, like it wouldn't have made sense, but it worked in this context.
Oh, so this was one of the first singles from the project, like we know. How do you guys feel about the Brandy sample?
It feels derivative. In all honesty, like like he's doing a bit too much of the sampling. Like if you go back to like last, it feels like with this song specifically, it's like the label execs like sat in a room with him and said, you gotta make another song like last, but we're leaning more into the sample even further. And worst song would be, I didn't really take note of the bad songs.
So one of the songs you deleted was Sitting
Yeah.
on Top of the World. Why did you delete that?
Which one?
Sitting on Top of the World.
Sitting on Top of the World.
The 21 Savage.
Oh yeah, that corny. Yeah, nah. That song was terrible. The reason why it was terrible, it sounded like it's like they sat in a room, they said a bunch of like popular buzzwords, like 90s, Y2K, Diddy, and like tried to slap it all together in one song, and it didn't work. It felt forced. And the only thing I can appreciate is the music video for that song, and then other than that, it's not the one.
It's like a 90s, like I don't think any label exec can tell Burna Boy you need to make a song like that.
They can.
I don't think they can.
Signed up contracts.
No, I don't think.
We're gonna do what we're gonna tell you to do.
I don't think.
No,
Burna Boy will give them a hit if he wants to give them a hit.
I'm with you, yeah.
I don't think no label can tell Burna Boy you need to make another last.
Yeah, that's the
That's
thing.
not possible.
We're looking at it from him. But Burna Boy to us like that. We don't know how he is with the label.
It's a record.
Yeah, it is.
My bro, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. But the thing is, I feel like if he wants to make it, he will make it without the sample thing now. I feel like he doesn't need to just. I feel like he was just having fun. Like, you know what?
Yeah, but they probably told him to do a song.
But let's think about it. This song came out like first.
Yeah. So this was the big. Yeah, I mean, this was supposed to be the one.
They
pushed this song.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, your single for your album, it needs to be, especially your first one that you dropped, it needs to be like
the biggest one, no?
do you get it? Yeah. And I feel like this was a bit of a gimmick. Like I just couldn't take the song seriously at all. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like the beat, you know, delivery, the feature, it was just random. Do you know what I mean? It's like spin a wheel, this. Let's push it out. So personally, this is a delete. Do you know what I mean?
I'm happy for Brandy though, do you know what I mean? Because if she's got the Tony Braxton set up, she's made it.
Burna Boy will never make a bigger song than Last.
No.
That's what they said about you.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
I told you. That's what the album's called.
Again, that is a different show. The shuffle out now. The shuffle is out now. But sweet or delete anyway.
That's gone.
He thinks it's a delete. I feel like delete is really strong in terms of like it means like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to this song. And because I won't listen to this song, it's a delete for me.
I'll tell you why as well.
Agreed.
If you tried to listen to it in different settings, gym, commute, driving.
Last. This is not delete, bro. Nobody's jamming that too tough, I'll be real.
I think with 21, fun fact, the reason why he put 21 on it, I believe, there's a link with 21's religion because he's Ifa. 21's Ifa and Ifa is like, so I think when you guys are looking for a link, that could be something. No, Burna is spiritual himself in some aspects.
I mean, 21's cool in general, though.
Yeah, it's cool in general, but 21 has been noted to say that's his.
I mean, the reason why I put him on it is because the American market. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, that's good. I was thinking.
Thank you.
Also, Captains of Ocean is what he's saying.
Ocean.
That's an ocean.
Basically.
If I'm going to give the first one a delete, I'll probably have to give this one a delete as well because I'm not playing it. But I don't hate the song.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still vibe to it, but I'm just not playing it.
You said it's delete.
Yeah, and we know they're on
Yeah, delete.
Delete?
Delete.
Okay, that's clearly a collective. That's a collective.
One thing
I was going to say before the album dropped, I would have said delete. But when I heard the album, I like how it links from Unformed to this. I'd say see.
Okay, well, it's still a collective delete. So track 5 is Tested, Approved, and Trusted.
If you don't mind on your seat, come give me that.
Jump up on my body like animal. Dance make you feel like animal.
Let's get a reload.
Yeah, reload.
Oh, so you want to reload, yeah?
This one came.
Spin it.
Jump up on my body like animal. Dance make you feel like animal. I go lock you down like criminal. One touch feeling like 1 million. People just say what you like a cinema. I'm bandit like carnival. Make sure you do nobody else like me.
Yeah.
Baby, don't wait when you see them.
Let me see your cup in your hand.
Make sure you do nobody else like me. Just enough to learn, just enough to learn, just please believe. Just enough to learn, just enough to learn, just in the middle of all of these beautiful girls in the world, but they dance on the floor. Just they don't mind and not to bend. Me, I just want something what they say. Baby, can you read it? Now it's like, roll it down.
I read the waistline.
Just bring it to me now. Something not easy. Baby, come wine when you see, come give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Dance make you feel like carnival. I gon' lock you down like criminal. One touch feeling like 1 million. People just they watch you like a cinema. Wine bandit like carnival.
There's so many reasons why that song is good.
It's so good,
There's just so many reasons.
African giant, that's how good
Well,
it's
actually, that's a tune.
No, yeah, no, that was spot on.
Yeah.
That was good. That was spot on.
African giant. When you heard that album, yeah, it could be on that.
So this was produced by Adrian X and Yeti Beats. What were you saying, Chris? Because I know you liked the song.
Yeah, I'll be so honest. I loved it, but I don't know why. I know why I love it, but one thing for me is that it really feels like it draws from the Caribbean.
Because you're Caribbean.
yeah, no, but for real, like I'm the minority in the minority out here.
No, but I feel like that's the definition of his Afrofusion. That song shows
Be
what.
careful with that word.
No, but I feel like that's what it does. Like, I feel like that's his sound. That's no one. I don't think anyone else can make that.
It's like
No,
yeah,
you're
no,
right, to be
I
fair.
really don't. No one can really like take and make it sound so right, like it's their own. Like, but I mean, if you know, you know. But like even the way the beat, like cha, like that, that's just so Caribbean. And
Because
also,
you're
like,
Caribbean.
Not just because I'm Caribbean. That's my insight. But you know what it is. And even when you think about it, like the way he's even speaking kind of sounds kind of Jamaican as well.
Favorite song on the album would probably be Trusted, Approved, and Trusted, if that's the name of the song. But it's just so catchy, and the cadence is just is crazy. Like vocally, it's different.
That's a classic Burna.
When
he first came in, his freestyles always sounds
Yeah,
like that.
facts.
So for me, it was just giving that nostalgic feel, like I can't know, it's probably something.
Ezra, Ben, anything?
No, I like the song. I think, it was the first thing that came to my mind when I first listened to the song was Carnival, because that's around the time when we had like the non-hill thing. But I just thought that was it was a good thing to kind of blend into that culture as well. I mean, he's been doing that for time, but
That's just a feel good song.
Yeah,
It is.
Very feel good. So Ezra, I'm going to start with you. Sweet or delete?
Sweet.
Sweet?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet?
Sweet.
I think that's a general sweet.
It's too sweet. It reminds me of that song he had with Jay Cutler. He has quite a few, but there's one old one. basically.
Settle down.
That
Settle
would
down.
settle down.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like that.
Settle down.
Like, this is,
That's what I'm saying. It's him. That's him. I feel like it's his sound still a bit evolved over time. That's him.
Yeah. I didn't think when I saw the title though that it would sound like that. I don't know why.
But I just thought he was talking about himself. Like people have tested him, and now he's approved.
But think about
in terms of sound. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, but
you're talking about women.
Tested them.
Approved him.
Sorry.
I don't think you guys deep it. Even when you hit like, look at the title of the song. Who do you know can say tested, approved, and trusted in a chorus like that? Just like that.
Vibes cartel.
How would you say? Tested, approved, and.
I mean, that's the kind of vibe that like, I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, it does sound.
No.
I don't know about that.
You would have said she's telling me.
think so?
No, you would have said that she's telling me. No.
Okay.
No, risky no, I'm not done that one, guys.
Okay, so that is a collective suite. The next song is Cheat on Me featuring Dave.
Well.
I was cheating on me.
Me, I just want me my people, they visa. So I give them my heart and my diva. If you too stress, you make you diva. Don't be everybody be believer. Anytime I pull up, I deliver. Anytime, any arena, I be caught on like Jesus. If I use that to criticize, come and see that, come and see that.
Now I couldn't see, I was cheating on me. Now I couldn't see, I was cheating on me.
Me, I just want to see my people then getting big out, I swear down. Make embassy no dinner, my people visa out. No be Talima, no be Al-Qaeda. And they do nothing then to permanently leave down. Stand with my feet down, me I be lead down. So me a new lad, different caliber. Taking my niggas around the world every day. Kilo me down. Just a come deep down, then you go see, say, then your body no be because of me. The psychology, say psychology. They affect everybody, not me.
Now I couldn't see, I was cheating on me. Now I couldn't see, I was cheating on me.
The fight for my visa. I'm sorry for my visa. Killer, say kilogram, kilometer. Incredible features. Me and a little burner, we fly to Ibiza. Making all the line in my visa. Bringing the girl, little reefer. It's cheaper to keep her. She don't wanna stay, I can leave her. Not be everybody be believer. Hennessy, Casamigos, it's all in a car. I'm at some more with Jan, the way I hit the bar. Fine boy, no pimple, no tats. I got the V12 under the bonnet. She got the claps. I'm Mario. A princess, got a peach in my Rolls Royce seats and repeats. And the villa must have come with a beach. One for the street, 4-5. This toast doesn't come with a speech, you know.
So what are your thoughts on Cheat on Me?
I like another class.
Do you know what? I think anyone having Dave on your song right now is a bit of a cheat code. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna bang. He's on a crazy feature run. Obviously, Burna just tapped in, got probably a contender for verse of the year. Do you know what I mean? So.
I don't know about the song itself.
You don't like the song?
Not particularly.
Nah.
Do you know what it is? Like, sorry.
Do you know, because it really got to me because I agree. Like the first time I heard the album, I was like, this is definitely not one of the best songs on the album. And because like they have such like chemistry, right? Like it's difficult to see them and not think Location. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Like as in like that song is.
That's the thing though.
That is.
It will never live up to Location.
But I don't know.
But
I
it's
just
a-
have hope that it could
yeah,
possibly. Do you know what I mean? And plus, if I'm super honest with you, I don't get the use of the feature and the meaning of the feature in comparison to what I just heard in terms of like the content of their verses. Like the sample is like cheated on me. There was nothing I heard like in there, like in Dave's verse. Or
That
like in
refers
his,
to
that
it.
makes me think that like, oh, okay, this song is about
Not the kilometer.
betraying yourself.
Not the kilometer part.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Well, before we get into that, it was produced by J Blue, YJ, and Lytech.
I mean, I think Dave's verse is good. Do you know what I mean? He had a couple like serious like bars in there. The whole this coast doesn't come with a speech. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I
To be
mean?
honest, it's signature Dave. To be honest,
Dave makes
Signature.
a lot as well. Sometimes I say, like sometimes I don't like his rap sometimes, but his style on that was very me. I like that. So I wish it was on a better song. I wish I liked the song better because I wouldn't ask for anyone to play that song.
I can't lie. When I heard this was like I think the last single before the album dropped. I was a bit. When I heard that low-key, I was worried. I was like, "What's?" Because it was sitting on top of the world, Big 7, and then this. I said, like, "What's coming? What is he cooking? What is Burna cooking?" But then, I live looking good.
And you just said all that nonsense in the interview.
I said, you're in trouble. But then, like, over time, it's kind of warmed to me. And I think with Dave, that verse, I think he kind of eased into it. Like, from when he said Asamoah guy and I hit the butt, he just went crazy.
Then a little bit of Yoruba twang on it.
Yeah. I think Dave was like really good. He had that like I've got a V12 under the bonnet. She's got plaques. Like that's Dave. He's good. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. So it was I mean Dave really. I still don't think it's a crazy song though. But maybe that's because I'm thinking of them two.
Nah, I think it's definitely Dave saved that song.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Sweet or delete?
Sweet.
Sweet. I feel like this one might be a mix for some reason. It's a mix.
I'm going sweet.
Sweet? Yeah. Sweet.
Delete.
Yeah, delete.
Sweet, yeah. That is a mix. So, the next track isn't necessarily a track, but it's Virgil.
Yeah, something super smart. But I think you hit on something like super almost like psychological about how the human race consumes music and tying it into like a primal thing. You know, I like the idea too, at least like that the concept of the album is very much like storytelling. Is that right? Being like sharing the story. So I think the number of ways that you can get people to have like an aha moment when they're like consuming, like you said, that 2 Cokes or cigarettes or going to the club or getting an outfit to go out. You know, like selling the album in those sort of like everyday ways, but also like reinforce like the creative. You know, like at the end of the day, you will want to promote the album in the traditional way, but almost like poking the veil off the curtain of it. But the billboard image should be different because, you know, like the CD cover should be like him peeling off the industry or something. But like reporting the news story that goes along in the theme of the album.
So, what did you guys think of Virgil in terms of how it ties into what the album is about and like how it's been created, essentially?
I don't think he took Virgil's advice. No, that's just being dead ass. Like I feel like Virgil was talking about like it's the same advice he gives everyone. Like if you guys have watched his interview where he was talking about making a brand, and he talks about a can and people designing the can, and it just becomes like not like possible, and you can just design a space and put the can in any space, and that's basically what he's trying to say, where he's like where people can listen to the music in different like scenarios, where you're smoking a cigarette, smoking or doing whatever. But I feel like Burna Boy didn't really do that as much, and plus the cover as well. We're talking about the cover at the start, and he was saying how like it could be him peeling away the industry, but he's not really doing that. He's just stepping on us. So again, yeah. So I don't think he really took the advice.
As a listener or as listeners, I don't think we kind of know the relationship Burna Boy and Virgil have. So I don't feel like to us it doesn't really make sense as much as it should. Because we don't understand, we don't know how close they were.
That could have been any conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
I took it a bit differently. I took it in terms of like, I feel like Burna Boy, I don't think there's ever been an album cover that he has done that people have looked at and like have really applauded him for. And so for me, I took it as like, none of us know as listeners how much thought is actually going into
the cover.
Like the covers and the albums. Like I would have never thought that like Burna is talking to Virgil about his album. I just would have never thought that. And so for me, I get like a new level of appreciation. Like, oh, actually, this is like really deep for him. Like he's like getting consultations from people. He's asking people like for advice and things like that. And for someone that's like, I mean, with the kind of ego that like, you know, he kind of like walks around with, I don't know, you just wouldn't really expect it. So I just kind of like appreciate it really.
I know a shallow point.
I also feel like, in a way, it's just his way of telling people that he knows.
And they follow both. And they follow.
No,
but the thing no, this is what I'm saying. We as listeners, we don't know the relationship they had. You see how he put us in the thing. We know that him and Huss are cool. So it's calm. We understand why Huss is there. So we don't understand. That's what I'm saying. We don't. They think they eat on the jam together. We don't know.
To be fair, what Burna was doing with that.
No, Burna.
Wait, Ezra?
Burna did say that I think Virgil was meant to work on Love Damini. I think he did mention that. So they're like working closely. Apparently, this voice note is like when they're discussing like the project. So it feels like maybe like from there.
You need to put in the album.
Oh, he could have put.
But think about the song that's just coming next as well. What I found funny was Ayo being determined that Burna Boy was just name dropping Virgil for some reason, as if he needs to put him there. Obviously, rest in peace Virgil. But that take just was interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it makes sense in the context.
That, you know when you have like a voice note from someone, and you're like, okay, I need to use this thing.
You said no.
I need them to know that me and Virgil, my guys.
You're not going to
use that voice note.
If I get voice note from Biggie.
But do you know the thing is? I think what I got from it was like. When obviously when someone passes away and then they do like those tribute videos, that's what I got. So
on Instagram, real.
But you said that too. But Sidhu, the Indian guy. Yeah, Sidhu.
We didn't know that they had.
You didn't put a voice note there.
It's not as big as
Virgil.
No, that's not nice.
Yeah, I think things like that you keep it with you, so it can be more precious. You need to share it with the world. Burna Boy just wanted to know that he knows Virgil. We know Virgil, we wanted to have a personal relationship with him, have his +1 number and all that. He just wanted to feel like I'm on that level, and I think he was showing off. And yeah.
Did we?
That's not nice.
No. Why did he put?
That's not
Why did
nice.
he put him in the album?
Yeah, you should put Sidhu.
Probably didn't have a recording.
Maybe they didn't have a voice note.
Probably didn't have a voice note, exactly.
You forgot to press record on that one.
We all know. It's okay.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Sweet. Well, I don't know if you can sweet or delete
just-
that, but
It's an interlude.
It's interval.
It's an interlude.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Virgil. Okay, so the next track is Big 7.
Big 7. Big 7. Big 7. Big 7. First of all, rest in peace, Virgil, I blow them. Still no drink on my clothes when I'm Louis V dripping. No line stress in my going. Straight to the head when I'm 1942 sipping. Been wavy since morning. Look, they talk to me in public. It's my dream with a little money. So I'll be to be glad, oh. I'm looking the driver. Probably for me the Italia. I've been the release that the milli got the stool. Richard Millis and up from Milli to the city. Where is this London? Where is this London? I'm not going to talk to me in public. I'm in a different place. If you see me tonight, you can clearly see that I've been waiting since morning. Alright, R.I.P. to Sidhu, put your hands up, we for the proof. If you really fuck with me, don't like press in my crew. My boy, you my brother, you best believe you stuck with me. Been waiting since morning, I know the feet take you from nothing. So I beg you to disturb me, I know the guy you know.
So, Ayo, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah.
You said he didn't reference
He name
Sidhu.
dropped him. Yeah.
Yeah, what's
He
wrong?
name dropped anybody. What is it? Where is his own voice? Come on now.
Okay, so this was produced
It'll be
by
dangerous
Danitello, MDS, Miles, and Otis, and some of those producers worked on Love Damini as well. So, Kings?
I feel like midway the song got lazy. Like I can only play like maybe like to the first Bin Wavy, then next. I feel like the song really got lazy after like the first.
It grew on me a lot.
Yeah.
Being honest.
No, but let's be real.
When I first heard it, I was just like, but now I actually like the song. It's one of the songs that I would definitely be playing. It's one of my probably like top 6 on the album.
I think it needed context. For me, it needed it was a single. I didn't really know what was going on. I just heard that single. I was like, it just didn't really make
Do you know
sense.
what I mean?
And the hype behind it as well. Like,
it was a bit random.
It comes after the voice note, and then like kind of get what he's saying. And like you could tell, he's talking about 2 people close to him who've passed away. He's meant to work with Virgil on his last album. Then he had a project with Sidhu as well. So it's like a nice little tribute.
It's just all a bit random.
Yeah, Sidhu.
I also think in terms of like in an album, where you place your songs in what order.
I was literally just about to ask, like, what do you think of the sequencing?
Because that I feel like midway through the album, surely, I think you need something to reel everyone back in midway through the album. Do you know what I mean? And if you're gonna put something like that midway, do you really care? Is it for us or is it for you? Do you know what I mean?
I really thought that this song was an intro.
It could have been an intro. It could have been an outro as well. That's the thing. It's so random. It could fit anywhere but the middle.
But at the same time, I feel like this song is good because you said something. I watched one of your videos, but you said something about Burna Boy and his like bragging. When Burna gets in his bragging bag, it's crazy. It's like Lil Baby. Like that's all Lil Baby's like music, and you feel like. Personally, I get in this mind space when I'm working. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting shit done. And Burna Boy is like bragging. Or when I get to that point, I'm gonna play this song in my Beamer or some shit. I'm like, cool, yeah. But yeah, that type, yeah. But
I agree. I think when I first heard it, I wasn't like the biggest fan. But you see that chorus about how he's been wavy since Berlin. Oh my god! Like it's just self-affirming music. Like I enjoy music that makes me feel better about myself. Like and Burna Boy is so good at doing that. Like it's really good. I really like the song.
All right, sweet or delete?
Sweet.
Sweet.
So sweet for me.
I'm going delete on this one.
Sweet.
Delete?
Yeah, delete.
Delete. Okay.
Sweet.
Mixed
You going delete as well?
bag.
Yeah.
So there's three deletes.
Yeah.
So what are you giving it?
Sweet.
Sweet.
I love it.
What you saying, bro? Delete.
Yeah, delete for sure.
Delete. No, my man.
I said sweet.
Yeah.
What's the big
I
7
like it,
part
it's a
of it?
vibe.
So
Yeah.
What does Big Seven
I actually
actually
wanted to know what that meant.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask. I thought it's like there were 7 people he was meant to work
No,
with.
I know he's been mentioning that 7 in his career for a minute, so you don't really know too tough about it. But that big 7 means definitely something.
I mean, he's a United fan, and 7 is very important in Manchester.
Someone was even telling me it's cold. I'm not gonna lie.
What'd you say?
They said the 7 is cold. Yeah, I don't know.
We
Don't know.
don't talk about that here.
I don't know.
Who's listening, who's watching.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I said, I don't know.
Okay, cool. The next song is They Play.
Best one.
Oh man.
Best song.
Hey. This is mine.
How many men follow me come? Oh no, let me take them. Ik ben de Louis Jason. Ik ben de Louis Jason. I'm on it. So far, ik ben de Louis Jason. Ik ben de Louis Jason. I'm on it. Move like a speed race. So fast, couldn't believe it. Dropped out of school from the first day. My teacher made money. I'm a
I was born on a Sunday. Hopefully back on a Sunday. All alone.
For God's sake, so you know they see my people.
How many? I just have one.
They play too many. They play. They play. They play. Ik ben de Louis Jason. Ik ben de Louis Jason. Come on.
Listen, let me tell you. That is Burna. That is Burna. Let me tell you. From like, obviously, we've been waiting to see why he titled that song, I Told You. And that song is literally just everything in one. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to tell you lot, now it's happened, now you can see it. I'm here. Do you know what I mean? Keep playing though. Keep playing. I don't Virgil.
My favourite song of the album by far is They Play. Keep playing. He told you lot, keep playing, see what happens. They Play. Big tune.
I know Virgil. I got Virgil on the phone.
You know that song is like
Keep playing.
That's literally what that song
on the phone.
is. Look at this one. That song is top tier. It's like
Which was mad. So obviously, thingy comes right after it. The song that comes after it.
City Boys.
City Boys, innit? And obviously, that's a really big song as well. It's just, I thought that song was going to be the best song on the album when I first heard it. And then they play it, like, I had to hear it like 2-3 times. I was just
What
like,
an anthem.
This is an absolute banger. Favorite song definitely has to be They Play. Yeah, it's very, very Yoruba right now. Gets me lit, gets me in the mood. Yeah, man.
So this was produced by 255 and Lyric.
Oh.
Yes, Lyric, the dog. That's why. That's why.
Yeah,
yes.
Lyric and Burna.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So much sense.
That makes sense.
This is day one Burna.
You made it in Nigeria, that's why now. Vibes.
I'm so happy to see them back together.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sweet or Delete?
Sweet.
On fire. Fire.
Okay, so the next track is City Boys.
Where's the team?
Get it, Tim.
Where's the team?
I used to call myself an ugly you, but I've never been an ugly you. I'm a sexy you, you understand? Girl all over the globe wanna kill me, you understand?
Girls in my crew, zero Snapchat, zero Instagram, full stream. Woke up the vibe my day, start falling like I'm rich. I don't care if I saw you in a magazine or if you're on TV. That will not mean nothing to me. Don't need a shower, baby, I need a freak. Licking like ice cream, as if you need to breathe. It's fasting, it's nothing. Check my banana, one side banana, no stopping it, no shopping it.
Colorado. Break that no problem.
Make me start to the falato. Start to the falato. Cause you know some my people they falato. Oh, no, power. As I hear you don't dance with me, my yama. Love me, my falato. Cause you know they're going from falato.
Oh, the best part is coming!
Okay, so because Ayo wore Timberlands in reflection of this album, I want to start with you.
Fucking City Boys. You have a City Boy over there. Take over. Just take over. I'll give you the floor.
Bro, like this song is sick, man. Like I feel like there's just too much like into the song. Burna Boy bragging as usual, and like just the vibe of everyone. You just feel like they're taking over, stepping on people every single time. Everyone wants to get Tim's now.
I feel like my favorite song on the album is City Boys. Why? It's just the braggy. But my personality, I don't brag, but I feel like I like to hear that because it motivates me. It's like Lil Baby. Like I said, Lil Baby songs, like it keeps me in check, keeps me going. And I think Burna Boy does the same thing too. And yeah.
So this was produced by MDS and Ruben. So again, two producers that worked on Love Damini as well. What did you guys think of the Jeremiah snippet? No, not snippet, sample.
It was seamless. That's for the proper music fans right there.
Yeah.
Not many people actually clocked onto that.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I love samples. I'm a big Kanye fan. If you know, most of Kanye's discography has been sampled, and I appreciate samples. So when I hear things that remind me of my childhood, I'm like, and you spin it well, even more bonus points. You know what I mean? So.
I like it when you don't know straight away as
Exactly.
well.
Exactly.
Like sitting on top of the wall.
It makes you wanna. It makes you say, "Wait a minute." Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
That's birthday sex now. Wait a minute. I know that.
He does do samples very well.
If you hear the start of the song, it's literally like it starts like. Have you guys heard? No. Have you guys heard Burna Boy's barking? In the studio.
Yeah, the barking to Rams.
Yeah. So the way that exact same flow, melody sounds, the fact that he brought it back, showing that it's still in him, same vibe, switched up again, top tier track, man.
So some of us have spoken about like how snippets are a really big part of the scene, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people talk about them. Small chops. So when you heard the snippet, did you like it straight away? Did you not like it?
I
wasn't sold on the snippet, if I'm being super honest, but I don't know whether I saw the right snippet. The one I saw was with Burna, Dave Chappelle. That's what I said.
I've never seen that.
That was a big point. I don't know what was going on.
I think there was another one when they're outside the shop in New York.
That's the main
I replayed that like 30 times.
Nah, that was a banger.
I was like, I need to.
Yeah, man.
That
was a good snippet. That was a very good
So
snippet.
sweet or delete?
Sweet.
Collective sweet.
Oh,
I love
honestly,
that.
What we did call it, and what was before? What J-House was
saying. Yeah.
Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I understand you wanted to put him in a way, but
You're saying the city. You're saying City Boy.
it was on his IG recently. It was
Yeah.
wearing like house coat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was thinking that was
You
recent.
don't like J-House? You don't like J-House?
I do like it, but there was no reason.
I get why he put it there though, because the sample is a very central song and like,
Yeah.
the content.
And the whole song being City Boy.
Maybe it didn't need to be at the beginning and the end.
It was. I was surprised to hear it though.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I think it made perfect sense.
No, it makes sense. I was just surprised to hear it. Like I didn't think.
Yeah, I didn't think
It's a
this was
recent
going to
one
be
as
on
well.
the track. Okay, cool. So the next song is Giza featuring Shay Vibes.
I love Shady Vibes.
Just goes on the flow.
He goes on it.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Giza?
That one was very much. I feel like it was for the Yorubas.
1000%.
Especially because obviously Shady Vibes
was on it.
That's a very much a Shady Vibes sound, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
a Burna Boy type of sound.
And I think, just to add, I feel like Shay Vibes has been quite, he's divided a lot of opinions because of the Ashake kind of like comparisons. But yeah, for me, I got at the beginning, it was giving me like biblical sounds for some reason. Like I imagined I was watching like Passion of Christ and like Jesus is walking through like the streets. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was produced by Modra, who I'm guessing maybe works more with Shay Vibes because I haven't come
Is that
across
not what they
him.
call Tungba music, no? Am I, if I'm
What's that?
Tungba music, is that not what this is?
Probably similar, but it's not Fuji, sha. It's not Fuji. It's not Fuji.
If I'm not,
You know, it's like yeah, Jeka.
This is very much like
I
street
think
music.
it's called Tungba music,
So
I'm not too sure.
that's not Amapiano.
No way.
I would completely understand why.
I get why, but it's
I
not.
understand why
But it's
someone
not.
would
It's
think
not.
that, like,
If you
that's
listen
what
That's
to
how Shady
Shay
Vibes.
Vibes songs,
That's
you
not-
I'll be
it's
so
like a
real with you
mixture.
guys.
Is
But
that
he does
not
do a
influenced
little
by
bit. He does
Amapiano?
give an Amapiano slide.
That chorus, I can't lie. If you introduce someone who doesn't know the genre,
That's Amapiano.
they-
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
will-
saying. I think it's a genre. I think it's
They
definitely.
might think that that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to ask you.
You know what I mean? Like the chorus, I think you're associating the chorus with Asake. Yeah, and he takes from Amapiano a lot. So
I mean, that's why they compared a lot, Asake and Shady Vibes.
So I actually want to ask you, like, because at this point we know you're Caribbean. Sorry to say it again. Yeah. But what did you think of it as someone that isn't Nigerian? Like, did you understand the concept of the song, or like, did you understand any of it?
I don't know if I understood the concept of the song because I don't know what the intentions are, because I don't understand the language. But at the same time, musically, that sounded like pure modern Afro beats to me. Like the percussion in there, the drums in there, even like the chorus when they were singing like a choir, like that's used really often. So that's why it sounded like pure Afro beats to me. But yeah, I loved it.
You liked it.
Yeah.
So Ben, what did you think?
Personally, I'm not a big fan of Shady Vibes. Sorry to the Shades out there. I'm sorry. But I'm not a big fan of it because I just feel like he's like the ghetto Asake. Asake is out there. He's like
damn. Worst song, I'll have to give it to that Shady Vibes song, Giza. Yeah, it's not really my thing. Yeah. I don't understand most of the things that were in it too. I'm not Yoruba, I'm an Igbo boy, so yeah. But like, I feel like, I mean, then again, it must applaud Burna Boy's versatility because he's just showing that he can come in there and step up still.
And I feel like he was just trying to show love to Shady Vibes. I'm a big fan of Shady Vibes right now. I feel like he's very different to a lot of the Afrobeat artists coming out. You've got your Fireboys, your Asake, a lot of singy guys. Shady Vibes is, your band like from the slums. And I feel, not that I can resonate because I'm not from the slums, but like, I like to feel like I can just by listening to his music. So Burna Boy collabing with him was just like, yeah, it's a W for me.
Yeah, because
I feel like he gave him this song, essentially.
Clips from
he knows the lyrics.
He had a thing in December where he was late and people were like booing him off the stage and he was like, oh, I wouldn't have performed if Shady Vibe. So it's like kind of the same thing. I'm sure December is coming. There's something that's going to happen as well. So that's for them.
Okay, so sweet or delete?
So sweet for me, of course.
I'm going delete.
I don't think much of us are playing that.
I think for me, I'm probably never going to play that song.
I'll tell you why. It's just, sorry to cut you off. It's just because, obviously, Amapiano again is a cheat code nowadays, but you need to do it well if you're putting it in your thing. What's the genre? What's it called? What's it called?
Tumba music. If I'm saying it right, Tumba, it's not Amapiano.
Either way, delivering something, coming up with something like that, you need to execute it perfectly, and he didn't. So.
But that's it. That's the genre. That's it. That's the execution. You get like that's the music.
I guess I gotta go.
Yeah, that's just a whole different.
The reason why I'd tweet it is because I'd put it in a playlist. I wouldn't play this. I wouldn't in my mind go to this song. It's a song that would slot in between like other songs in the genre. You know what I mean? But it would slot in nicely. So that's why I'd tweet it.
Okay. So I think that's a mix.
I would say the song I liked the least would definitely be Giza, just because I didn't think it belonged on this album. I feel like it might belong on a Shady Vibes album, not a Burna album, or not this Burna album.
You were gonna say?
I'm not like this is probably the best Shady Vibes song that I've heard.
It's not though. It's not though.
Wait, what? No, this is probably the best Shady Vibes song. A lot of people try to sell me as the guy, and I just feel like you have to be like hardcore Yoruba to understand. This is not normal, like as in it's proper. Like,
incantation,
it's proper.
Like,
you get what I mean? And you can tell that it's like hardcore with the way that like Burna Boy even like came in. You know when he said that in a like he did something.
Yeah,
that's right. For him to even start like that, you already know the realm of.
So when you say it's not for us,
it's hardcore.
Yeah,
it's for cruise market.
You get what I'm trying to say. So I don't think if anyone deletes it, it should be a slight to the genre. I'm just saying I don't think that's something that has like quite. Like,
it's not
big.
No,
yeah. Like so,
listen to
it's new for me to hear. Like when I hear it, it's like a new kind of like.
Is that genre new?
So this level of deep conk Yoruba that I just heard.
I should be right.
Who's another artist that does it?
Boy,
no one's doing as big as Shady.
No one has big as Shady. Shady's a pioneer.
Okay, so can we not say that there's clear? That's Amapiano, bro.
It's not. But wait. What I'd say, is that like it's kind of like how like it's kind of how like, you know how there's street music,
Yeah, I would say the street.
That's what I'm saying. There's street music,
There you go.
and then there's levels of street music, right? So like people
I'm Nigerian,
people
but
get hello.
Hi.
What's going on here?
I'm Nigerian.
As I was saying, there's street music, and you know how there's levels of street music, right? So like people can probably listen to. I can't name someone's name now because it's a bit tight, but there's several people that make street music that like their music is a bit more palatable. Some people are able to listen to, but then there's people like Portable, for example. You can't get people to listen to. I'm not saying it's cold. I'm saying that
you need to.
He's on the he's on the ground, whereas like
and Shady
for me is like so like local. The word is local. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just new for me to hear. Do you get what I mean? And that's the reason why I'm saying I'm not gonna
Do you not know the
listen
song
to it.
by Nice, Converse?
Yeah.
Against them, Bams. That's
No,
what that was nice.
Do you know what it is? I feel like this is why music is really cool, because you can listen to something and someone can hear something completely different. Do you know what I mean? And you start to question whether they're all the way there. Like so, I feel like that was insane. I feel like Nice would not say that. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. Like we would. Like no one would say that. Like so, I just don't feel. I don't know where that came from. To be fair, I think it was just in the heat at the moment. I just go put that down as like a little Not too sure about that one.
Alright. You see, Dan, I love the contribution, I love the enthusiasm, but again, that is a different show. That is a different show. Okay, so I think that was there were some sweet, some deletes. So the next track is.
Who said sweet to the song? Sorry, I need to know.
Yeah.
If you play the song over and over,
Dan and Chris.
It's a sweet song for me as well. If you play it over and over again, it gets to a point where Burna's flowing. It's like
I'm surprised you're not giving it a sweet song.
Because I don't really like to.
I think this is actually it's more delete. It's more delete. Overall, it's mixed, but overall it's more.
I don't like Shady vibes. I don't like what he's done, but this one. It spoke to me.
Enzo, what did you say to this song?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Okay.
Song then. What did you say? Delete.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Definitely.
What did you say?
It's delete for me.
Oh my gosh, it's literally equal.
Yeah, delete one.
Okay, yeah.
Sweet.
Delete.
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally mixed.
Yeah, mixed.
Just like Shady vibes. Mixed reviews.
Okay, cool. So the next song is 12 Jewels featuring RZA.
This is not a song.
12 jewels are basically the 12 important things that a man should inspire for. This is the best acquisition you can have, right? And it's simple, right? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness. Those are the 12.
So yeah.
You know them songs that you add to your alarm?
Oh my god.
Like that's one of them.
Okay.
That's not even a
I
song.
feel like for you to understand that, I feel like you guys need to go watch the Wu-Tang documentary or series on Disney. Boys,
Burna,
no, but that's what I'm saying. But he's showing you he's showing you the guys that influenced him, and he's bringing them into place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So RZA, again, like you said, he's a member of Wu-Tang as well, and. Again, like you said, I feel like it's just Burna showing his influences and showing that he's having these conversations with people. And the 12 jewels he's referring to is the 12 jewels of Islam.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much to add to that.
12 jewels of Islam.
Yeah.
It's really interesting though, because there's one song on here where maybe it hasn't come yet, but he says he's not religious. Like Burna Boy says in the verse that he's not religious, like it's in one of these songs. But it's really interesting just to see like what his influences are, because he's had a bit of Arabic on the song and he's like featuring a bit of Islam in this song. So
cool. So that doesn't really need a sweet or delete. So the next song is If I'm Lying.
have to play the whole song.
advice. Lose control, still hold on tight. Won't be the only time. I'm a soldier, I know how to fight. I make fire when it's cold in the night. If you need a shoulder to cry, then I'll give you mine. If I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying. All start dying. If I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying. All start dying. Start drying, let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying, all start dying. If I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying, all start dying. Zero, all that I get is zero. Rain falling on my window, so I sleep under my pillow. These days I don't sleep no more, no. So my eyes open wide, at least I know I'm alive. If I'm lying, let the ocean and sea start drying. Let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying, all start dying. If I'm lying, start dying. Let the birds in the sky start flying. All the trees in the world start dying, all start dying.
Spiritual.
Man.
Debbie, do you want to start us off?
Please, man. Do you know what, yeah? And this is a very personal thing, I think for me, one of Burna Boy's best songs that he's ever made in his life, to me, is Alone. That's one of the best songs I think he's ever made. And when he makes songs like Alone and If I'm Lying, to me, it lets me know that, you see when people are making these comparisons between him and maybe a couple, 2, 3 other artists, this is what, like, if someone said that, oh, he's the best, this is the kind of song that would make me agree with it. Because there are few people I know in this industry that can make a song like that. He's a vocalist, as in, you get what I mean? Like, this is not like, and this is so funny because like with the whole interview substance stuff, this is a song that like this is like it's a love song, it's like I can imagine it in a movie, like it could be a soundtrack, this is such a good song, yeah, that like for me this is probably one of the best songs on the album, and the fact that he can do a song like this and do like Tested, Approved and Trusted, and then like give us like, you know, a completely City Boys, like he's just so like, think what you will about like how he is like in the public eye, but this guy's an artist, and this is the kind of music that makes me remember that like, no, this is an artist, like as in he really knows, he doesn't make music, like he's making like full on art. Like this song is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite songs on here, honestly. Like if I'm lying, yeah, if I said it wasn't the best song, I'd be lying. Nah, that song is crazy. That song is crazy. It's almost like a ballad. How many Afrobeat artists can give you a ballad? Like I feel like that song separates him from the people that, you know, they like to compare him with. Like they can't do that. Whoever they are, like they can't do that. So yeah.
So this was produced by Still Bangles.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he said the story of how they did it. They were like in the Caribbean or something, and then his show got cancelled. Probably Still Bangles was just by the sea.
His show got cancelled?
Huh?
Whose show got cancelled?
Burna's.
Burna Boy's show got cancelled. He didn't come.
Oh, he did.
Okay. Anyway, there was some sort of like weather disruption.
Alright.
There's some sort of weather disruption, and then apparently still Bangles just by the sea and just like making the beat. So you can kind of feel like that kind of energy. Like is it feels like
that one. I feel like
There's no beat
he's
there.
proven to us that alone is not just a one-time thing, bro.
No,
It's,
yeah.
I can show you guys I can do this, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like that song he's showing that he's separate me from whoever you want to mention.
Thousand.
Do you know what I mean? That I will do this, and he's showing that I will actually do this. So,
Thousand.
yeah.
It's not even like a one-time thing, because this song reminds me, if you guys remember his Life album, when Guilty. When he literally tried this whole guitar slow. Literally, when I heard this, I was like, yeah, this is Guilty. He's just like trying again. Now that he's blown up, he's trying to bring back some of the things he did back then. And So I was like, yeah. But plus, like the sample that he's used. It's funny you said it sounds like it could be in a movie, because the sample he's used is from a Pakistani TV show. Something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking I was
It's
gonna
giving
ask.
them vibes. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet or delete?
Sweet. Sweet. It's delete from me though.
What?
What did you do to Giza?
What?
No. Thank you. Sorry, I'm getting my get back for keys. I'm like, I'm not listening to this at any point. I'm not. Maybe at the end of the album, just before bedtime, or like just burning the local TV.
Nowadays.
I knew that's what you were gonna say, but it's just like it doesn't move me. But thanks, like I see you got it in you, but
You see, I love that
I see
song.
you got it in you.
Yeah, true.
And I'm always gonna give you credit for when artists can show their diversity in that. But it's not something I
want.
Play that if I'm lying. Like don't ever play that in front of me, please. Like, you know what I mean?
I just feel like, in a weird way, I feel like it just kind of depends on who you are. Obviously, the kind of person he is, I don't feel like I feel like there are people that listen to music, and then there are people that just kind of like appreciate art. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so I feel like if you're just like a music listener, then maybe, If I'm Lying may not be your cup of tea, because I can't play it in DLT now. Does that mean it's not a good song? Do you know what I mean? So you don't have to choo to every song. Do you get what I mean? I feel like sometimes you just sit back, light a little Joe Malone candle, and just listen to If I'm Lying. Like I feel like, yeah, he's multifaceted, and I feel like not everyone is gonna get that. So I pity him.
Like that.
Okay, so that was a sweet apart from Dan, sadly. So track 14 is Thanks featuring J. Cole.
This motherfucking thanks I get, making my people proud every chance I get. It's okay, I get. This night I know that only I know where it started from. Uluwa Bana still have life pressure. Stick up on the one is silent one. We not messing. They show you how to really do this thing. Uluwa Bana tell me blueprint of stars, and I give you half for a future. No words can describe what I want, and the place I don't go to. If they ask you, I like this and they ask you, they could take your mind, what to Too many people know they fear God. What you think he created hell for? Mankind so jealous. But they don't know that they tell us. But I need them all. Oh, I don't know what to jealous. I all is a murder. I murder to a father. You could take your mind, you could do it. I should perceive for people. Cause I want my life as a woman. This is the motherfucking things I get. Making my people proud every
I said delete just for that.
Running me, running the shit for eternity. I fathered a couple of stabs, I'm taking paternity leave, permanently. They hate, I'm brushing the dirt on my sleeve. Steadily talking ill to me, it's like I'm learning to read. Sounding it out, taking my time, count it out slowly. Dust collecting on the rolling, me and these beats is holy. Matrimony, feeling like Axel Foley. In Beverly Hills, copping whatever I feel. Polar burn, Shaq and Kobe. When in the ring, then we gon' repeat, then three-peat. Them nerves hate, they see, keep stay keeping us on the low. We like a cheat sheet, get paid for praises. I don't believe in free speech, so I said it, I'm in no take backs. I don't even need the receipt, so please miss me with the PC. I be in NYC, on the bike with the hood up, like a BTD. Rappers ain't like me, I'm knee deep in the concrete, forever cemented. Don't you ever forget it. You could take your mind.
What was that?
That was garbage.
Was that to show
the
J. Cole collaboration? That's the J. Cole
I know he's vexing
collaboration.
for everyone, literally. He's just vexing for everyone.
But the thing is, yeah, he's vexing for us, but tell you the truth. What he said about the club,
yeah,
he did it. When we lying, he did it. Your mom see dance for fella, that's banter, come on, bro. Yeah, she's not old enough to dance for fella. You don't have a baby mama. Okay. Bro, what are you talking about?
Also, like, I can't lie, this is like, as much as I love Burna as an artist, this song just, I feel like encapsulates his kind of ego. Because he's got a song called Thanks at the end of the album saying, I told them. And he's saying thank you for like not giving me the credit and the praise. Like, what more does he want? Like, he's got African Giant in his pool. People are going to his show even though he like wastes like 5 hours of their time. Like, I don't know if he wants a statue in Lagos or something.
You got
like,
J. Cole going off tangent.
J.
J. Cole's not even rapping about what they He's just off tangent. Just say, yeah, I'll drop you bars. I'll drop you 16.
I heard they got another song.
I don't even know how you not listen to their songs and actually deep what they're saying. Like, I just changed it straight away.
J. Cole sound like
I don't care what's
It's really
going
sad
on.
to hear him do something like this because I feel like it now makes sense with all his interviews because it's like as Nigerians, we might start clocking out soon because it's like, yeah, we brought you here by listening to you, but now it's like he won the award at the UK. He's like, yeah, my UK fans, this is for us.
Yeah,
but I'm like, bro, like when we started back then, like Potatoes and everything, like chill out.
Yeah. I think for me, like this reminds me of Burna when he was around the time of like On a Spaceship, and I think there was just a lot happening with him, and people were saying that he's not going to be big or whatnot. So I feel like he's still kind of like, I don't want to say hurt, but I feel like he's holding on to something from that time, and he's just trying to constantly like prove to people.
But that's what I find like insane. Like he's at like arguably like the biggest point in his career. They said he made these last is like he's making more money than he could ever. And then he put one thing on Instagram that he might not come back to music. You're making so much money, and in that moment, like what you can like with blood still wet on the streets, what you can pull from your mouth, it's like insults to your fans that got you there. That's insane.
I'm disappointed.
That's insane.
I'm disappointed. I'm definitely disappointed because I feel like J. Cole and Burna Boy, they will make a big hit if they wanted to.
They have another song apparently.
I was hoping it was in
because like, let's be real, Burna Boy on the chorus, Cole on the verse.
But no, Cole said he's like Tupac, innit?
I need that footage.
Yeah, bro.
I need that footage.
Have you seen that footage? J. Cole.
Oh, is it live?
I'm sure.
Wait, is it real?
J. Cole said
when he was
this
wearing the whole
nigga
denim
thinks
thing.
he's Tupac. No, but you know that he's like Tupac. J. Cole said this nigga thinks he's Tupac.
You guys need to. You guys need to give Burna some credit. Like,
we're not giving this shit.
No, we're not. He said they were having a conversation, and you know these Americans.
And Jacob like, oh, this nigga thinks
no,
like
he was
Tupac.
like, yo, like this guy nigga like Tupac. Like,
No, not like, no,
He said this Nigerian Tupac. This Nigerian
Tupac.
Okay. So sweet or delete?
Delete. Because it's everybody.
Delete that.
Kind of prick is
Delete
that?
that. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, thanks. That was nonsense. I'm very disrespectful for him. I think he shouldn't be trying that, but he's Burna Boy, so I'm not surprised. He has a very disgusting attitude.
Our worst song for me, Thanks. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like I love collaboration, and I think it's really important to like expand like who you're like tapping in with. But when it doesn't make sense, it's very annoying to me because like, what was the point? So the beat, the collaboration didn't really make sense, and then the message of the song, it just felt very like callous. Like you made a good project, and you're now like throwing it back at your fans, like saying, "Oh, This is all I'm getting from you. I didn't enjoy that.
I don't think Thanks is that good of a song. Just like if you're getting J. Cole on a song, I feel like you need to do, the two of you though, it's a collective kind of disappointment. I feel like the two of you need to do a bit better than that really. So I probably would say Thanks, yeah.
I'll say Sweet, because definitely giving me content for the family group chat. Because I mean, if you get a degree, the family like this is just a whole different tangent. But Nigerian families would be like, oh, get this, get that. And it's like this is the motherfucking things I get. But you guys proud. I just think it's
okay.
So you don't have to.
So the last song is Taliban's 2 with Brian Messiah.
That's the bonus.
It's a bonus.
Bin.
It's not his song.
My last Christmas, Santa Claus gave me the with a switch card. Some people never see this Christmas, and then my glasses must have been empty with Christians. Click by, man, it's taking a big quicksand. See, never full of rum like Afghanistan. And if you make I come in on the end of me, them a play, and me gonna dance happy for me. People are bad and they speak of me, but then we mean bloody can see calamity. And so we shoot out green finger, another chick. And I'm our experience, no gravity. Tell them to see what I love, up when I take that. Find little people like that. Should have given me a bed cast. Tell them to them a bed walk. When I love, up when I take that. Madness I'm with elders. When I shoot people, me and I'm in a red grass. Run Taliban's like them, me a show guns. They couldn't sleep by your yard in a 4 months. That's how we make people a more now. Like Ella get fucked down a whole house. Tough pass for a kid and show up. And you can see me travel with the 90s. I don't know no politician with me ever photo. Smoking up 4 seat and 4 months. I'm on the tea like it done. All of the best boom boom they are Kingston. So we buy a bargain for Jada Kingdom. Some people text on the phone they bring down. We're too rich now so we buy 6 more. What's the plan? Cause I'm real to my skeleton. If you wouldn't solve my intelligence, and I make this bar style like an electrician. I'll drop you, I'll judge you, you're running in freeze, I'm going
Cool. So what did you guys think of Taliban's 2?
Stole this song right under the
Yeah,
guy.
Teeth, man.
Took the song.
How do you get someone else's song on your album?
That's Teeth man behavior, man. I love that.
Why you saying Burna Boy?
No, that's Teeth man
Is
behavior.
what's his name, sorry?
Brian Messiah.
He's just the guy I
No,
meant to talk
but
to.
if
I don't know what it's doing on the album, to be honest, I'll be real. I mean, I respect the remix, I just don't know what it's doing on a Burna Boy album, like fully. I feel like the remix has just been done, put out, put to the side, you know, because that's now forever going to be part of his like catalogue. Taliban remix on a Burna Boy album. Even though it's Burna's track, we love a Burna's track. We would have loved a Burna's track if you're coughing and miming or doing something else, not with a remix on our guy's song, so yeah.
If Drake now went to go and carry Burna Boy song and put it on his album, we all be saying, hey, Drake.
Yeah, but Burna Boy is Drake level. Burna Boy is Drake level.
Burna Boy is
Huh?
like Drake.
Hey, that's what I can't like even the guy.
They're both doing arenas. Don't bite. They're both doing arenas. Yeah.
Like Drake.
What?
Burna Boy's massive, you know.
Yeah.
This is why he made that song for you, man, because you man are not taking it.
Listen, there's just levels to it. Drake is Drake. You can't compare Drake with anyone. He's been there, he's done that. Everyone else is playing catch up when it comes to Drake. Drake doesn't need Burna Boy for anything. Burna Boy, I love you, but there's just levels to it, man. There's just levels. You can't set at Drake's table, man. Love.
I like the song, but putting it on your album,
Burna
bro,
Boy's
that's Teeth
Drake
man
level.
behavior.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's
I was
Teeth
thinking,
man.
why is it on the album?
It's helping Byron.
No, but it's not.
No one is Drake. Whiskey up Drake. No one can be
It's all your song now. You should have, if the fact that you should have done the remix, give it to Baba. Maybe go. Not gonna put it on
He's
your album
helping him
now.
out.
He's helping him out.
Even did you let, bro, go around the corner.
The song was already a banger. The streets were singing that song from time.
Because, like, I mean,
As a Jamaican, they don't like
bite
it.
me, but I feel like Jamaica has been waiting for Burna Boy to come there.
Excuse me.
I don't know. I love it. No, because he took the sound, but he's made it big and he's become this big guy. And a lot of Jamaicans actually now are trying to be like, oh yeah, And that's what he's done.
Okay, who do I think had the worst tape? Well, that would definitely have to be Ben. Purely because, I mean, as I said, I'm not a representative of the entire Caribbean or Jamaica as a country. But for a man to say that a country was waiting for Burna Boy to jump on a song, that's crazy. Like he's a messiah. Like it's like when he jumps on the track, it's Judgment Day. Nah, it's crazy. Nah. It was a great song, but I don't think it really shifted culture that much. Purely because at the end of the day, Burna first took from the Caribbean, so he's just giving back. It's only right. When you're outside and you hear Taliban's, do you hear the Burna Boy version?
Thank you.
Now you hear the Burna Boy version.
No,
you still don't.
You hear the normal version. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, the Caribbean, they don't really rate the remix. You guys rate? I'm hearing like every time I talk to my Jamaican friends, they're like,
listen, I'm not a representative of Jamaica.
Okay, sorry.
But at the same time, I feel like musically they can appreciate the Burna Boy version.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
In Carnival, they'll tell them to
yeah, but don't play it at Carnival. Of course not, because they only got the original thing by the Jamaican guy, and it's just as good.
And even then,
like the reason why we like this song is not because Burna Boy jumped.
People don't even like Jamaican music. People be like playing just play soca. So it's like there's a different level to it.
What I will say though is that I feel like I saw an interview or an article about like from the artist saying that like he was inspired by Afrobeats, like that song, the original song.
I heard that,
like he was inspired by like the genre. So like when I saw Burna Boy on it, I wasn't really too surprised because like it just seemed like that's where.
And let's switch it the other way. Burna Boy says himself that he's been inspired by dancehall artists.
1,000.
Yeah.
But that's an Afrobeat beat. I've definitely seen that beat. Like that's an Afrobeat beat. You can find that.
But then again, you can switch it the other way. A lot of reggae and dancehall has so much influence over Afrobeat beats.
Of course,
you know what I mean? So it's like they're almost interchangeable.
But Burna's the artist that way around too, though.
That's what I'm saying. You can see them both ways.
Drums from like actual deep down highlights music.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Both ways, but Burna's the guy that can literally sit on both.
On both.
And you don't know which is which. Which is crazy.
That's why he's that good. Yeah, but I don't think it needed to be. But he put bonus on it as a bonus.
Yeah, but it's still Teeth Man behavior. The fact that he's the link. When it came out, he said Burna Boy. I said, guy, this is not your song, bro. Why is it saying Burna Boy? That's Teeth Man behavior, bro. I'll be real.
This is Burna Boy and him as well.
A top song.
But I think that's a business decision.
I expect it as Burna Boy, as Odogu, as someone who's been in this thing. You should at least.
How well has the song done, by the way? How well has the song done?
God knows. But you should have done maybe I don't know.
100%.
All right. So for the last track, Sweet or Delete?
Oh, sweet.
Sweet.
I can do without it.
So overall,
What did you say, sorry?
You can do it.
You can do without the remix or the song itself?
Nah, the remix.
The remix, okay.
I was never really a fan of the song anyway, but.
No, but we still haven't appreciated the fact that something about Birkin for Jada Kingdom.
Yeah, that's his girl.
And then he said he's gonna buy 6 more.
Did he really?
That's not his girl anymore. Because I saw with
That's Party, bro.
Party lately. So
Alright.
he's been there, done that.
Yeah.
On to next. Yeah.
Said I passed it on.
Alright, okay, cool. So for the album, I told them Sweet or Delete overall.
Let's go this way.
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised, like if I'm honest. So I'm giving it a sweet.
Sweet, not his best album, but sweet.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but when I actually listened to it properly, sweet because so dynamic. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet man. He did Burna Boy. Sweet.
Yeah, 50-50. Yeah, it's a mixture.
Bitter.
Delete is sweet.
Delete is sweet, yeah, it's a mixture for me.
Yeah. Literally, I would say sweet, but obviously there's certain songs that I don't like. But
It's a sweet for me because I feel like people don't understand. He gave us an album last year. He gave us an album before that. He's given us enough, as in like the consistency. Someone that's this consistent should have more misses than Burna Boy has, because the people that are as consistent as him, they have more misses than Burna Boy. That's why it's a sweet album for me.
I should.
I'm going delete.
I don't really do this guy.
Just because, yeah. Obviously, Debs just said, you spoke on consistency. He's giving us something every year. African Giant. It's like you know, you can taste the difference in your mum's rice. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? It bangs, and then you have one like, oh, what the heck is this? Like, this is amazing. And then you can't go from that to now like, oh, average again. You know, love Damini, and then I told you, African Giant. You can't. You need to progress from that.
I feel like it came too soon.
Do you know what I mean?
Damini, this album.
Yeah, he should have gone to the lab. He should have really gone to the mountains for a few years.
There was no real.
It was just like
I was thinking, is this
Burna
a
Boy as an
mixtape
album?
or
You
what's
know,
this?
you
Yeah.
needed to get that.
It was too soon. It was too soon after Love Damini. Love Damini didn't do. Love Damini didn't do what he thought it would do. Do you know what I mean? After that, go on a mad feature run, like disappear for a bit, then come back 2-3 years later. Take your time.
Make us miss.
That's how it should be.
But you can't do that though. Not
Of course
now.
you can.
It's not just climate. Rema is coming to
I feel like you can.
No, you definitely can.
No, I was gonna say, like, I find it really funny,
100%
yeah.
young
Like
cats.
how if you watch like the last episode that like is gonna drop of Sweet or Delete, it was the same discussion that we were having. There's something going on in the industry where people are just dropping too quickly.
Much
They're just
music.
dropping too frequently.
But we know why.
But is it their choice?
What's the
Like,
reason?
that's the thing. It's label.
What's the
it's
reason?
label.
Or do you think it's definitely the label?
It has to be. They're in a deal. They're in a contract.
Would you
They're
guys say-
working like
would you
people
say it's
that
They'll
are
probably say,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Album every year, innit?
But that's how it was before.
What,
Rihanna,
okay, what
for
Wizkid
example,
after
she
dropping
dropped
his thing?
albums
What's
for
it?
8
The
years
love,
she
more
was
love,
active.
less ego
It was
thing.
all albums out.
Yeah.
Like Rihanna, for example. So I
That's,
feel like it
that's
should
what
be
I'm
like
saying.
that.
But like, I feel like we should have learned from like that, like kind of experience basically, and just been like, I don't know who signed the deals, I don't know what's going into the deal. At least give us like maybe a 2-year like
Break.
gap, because there's Twice as Tall, there's Love Damini, there's I Told You, and I bet you as we're speaking right now, he's in the studio.
Yeah, part two of this. It's part two of this. He said it. No, he said it.
But at the end of the day, yeah, do you think him adding to the discography, has added to his stardom rather than taking away in the
Oh
grand
no,
scheme of things?
it's added to it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of conscious of the fact that like I'm having this conversation a lot about how we're kind of being like forced.
If he drops that album next year,
Yeah, if he dropped the album next year, it would take away, I think.
it will definitely take away, unless it's an amazing album.
Unless
It
it's-
just depends
yeah.
on how good it is. It
100%.
has
What
to
I'm
be.
saying
But he
is,
has to do.
on
what I'm
African
saying
Giant
is,
level.
whatever he drops next needs to be on par with African
African
Giant.
Giant, you know, 100,
Okay.
I agree.
Or
So
just
you know
not,
what?
he just
We're
needs to
gonna
blast out the water.
We're gonna end there. So we are rating Burna Boy's I Told Them. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your top 3 songs are. Let us know if you disagree or agree with any of our takes. And yeah, this has been Sweet or Delete. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Au revoir.